Oh, and first ball back here, and we've had a caught behind there. That ball kept a bit low.
That'll be Grant McCartan caught behind. Copping a little bit of a sledge there. A little bit of a send-off. He's not happy about it. So that'll make it 6 for 88 off 15.
15.4, Jacko.
To be precise.
Always tough coming back after a lengthy rain delay like that, but Blacktown have got just over 4 overs left to make their mark on this game. Do you think the par score would be adjusted from this rain break, or?
Yeah, I think they'll be happy with 120 now. If they can get their 4 wickets in hand, 5 overs remaining. Might even be a tough ask. 4 overs remaining now. It's going to be a tough ask now for Blacktown.
Just speaking with Captain Souter in the break, he thought about 110 would probably be a pretty tough score to beat in the current conditions.
Who's bowling? Oh, yeah. Jimmy Dalloway at the crease now, young left-hander.
He's got a self-proclaimed nickname, Mr. January. He reckons he's the best sort in the club.
Well, he'd probably make the calendar. I don't know about January. I'd have him probably down in July or maybe August, but he's a confident young kid, and he's come in at a crucial time for Blacktown. Good strike, and it goes down to deep cover. Looking for 2. They won't pick it up. They'll just get the single.
Brings young Jordan Gauchi on strike.
Always a tough ask to come back from a break for both fielding and batting sides. Jordan has 4 overs here. See what he can do. Another tight ball there by Captain Tim Crawford. Gets another dot. That's the over. 16 gone.
6 for 89.
6 for 89. Clem? Just check. It might be Clem or I think it. Huh? Who? Stobo.
Stobo to take up the bowling here.
From the far end. Haven't seen Stobo bowl yet, so let's see what he has to offer here in the final overs.
Probably be a little bit stiff with this cold weather.
Aren't we all?
Not a good start there. He's thrown it out a bit wide there.
Yeah, sprayed it wide. I think he was just inviting Jimmy Dalloway to have a crack over cover and didn't pay off for him. He'll have to take the wide, and 6 balls remaining in the over. Do you think they can manage 30 runs in the last format?
Oh, I think they'd be happy going at a run a ball. But 30 could be a bit tough, but you never know with these 2 youngsters. If they get set, they could go large.
Glided away down to deep third man. They'll pick up a single. Not a very good throw. It's no overthrows though.
I think that was our mate that was fielding at point earlier.
Yeah. If you've made any enemies today, it would be the bloke that has fielded at point for the majority of this game. Matt, I don't think he would be too fond of you. Gauchi on strike now. Built very, very solidly for a kid of his age, and that has to help when you're playing against men. It's always hard making that step up, and
I think I think he was the reverse of our friend Benjamin Button before. I think he was born a man. He's got a voice that's about 4 octaves lower than John Law's.
Very quietly spoken young kid, and he's playing second grade. It's a good thing for him. He's only going to get better as years go on, I think. Stobo off the long run. Well played. Another Matt Mortimer cover drive down to deep third man. They pick up 2. Good running. That's what they're going to need in these last few overs. These 2 aren't noted hitters of the ball.
Oh, I disagree. I've seen.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of Gauchi. I have seen a fair bit of Jimmy. I know he's a bit of a noodler, but Gauchi, you reckon he could go a bit large?
Definitely. A game he played last year, he scored 70 in his final 8 scoring shots. 7 of them were 6s and 1 was a 4. Can definitely go big when needed.
And that's another wide by Stobo. Bit disappointing when you're pushing off the fence to come in all that way and bowl a wide. It makes that long walk back. Probably be hoping to get this one a bit straighter. Amazing fielding by Stobo. He stopped that in its tracks. I was looking at the sight screen down near the boundary, looking at that ball crash into the fence, and he just stopped it.
I think he heard your sledge, Jacko,
Yeah,
because your voice is pretty loud in the background here. So that was from your request.
I hope his parents aren't sitting inside. They won't be too happy with me. But nothing against old Stobo. He's bowling well here, nice and straight.
Down leg.
Oh, they've taken on point. They get away with it again.
Look, you really got to be moving in quicker than that, especially in these last overs.
I don't think that was bad fielding. I think that was really
Yes,
good
it was.
running. I think it was really good running by the Blacktown side. The 2 young fellas at the crease, good between the wickets. That's what they're going to need these last few overs. Jimmy Dalloway on strike.
Yeah, as soon as Jordan Gauchi hit that ball, Dalloway was off, so he was always going to be home. I think Jordan wore one on the grill.
Someone was shouting
Wayward throw.
Someone was shouting out for Stobo to man cut. He was that far down the wicket. Wouldn't that be a disgrace of the game? Jimmy Dalloway fails to get that one away. Struck to point. So the weather's finally cleared up, Matt, and fingers crossed we can get this one in and then get stuck into the main game later this afternoon.
Who do you like in the main game, Jacko?
Oh, I'd have to go the home side. They've picked a young side again. And they've struck that by 1 point. They'll pick up 2 again. Good running by Blacktown.
Dalloway definitely likes that shot just behind point.
It's over bowled. So 17 gone.
These batsmen definitely like the ball, this Stobo bowling, because the ball's coming on a bit quicker than some of the others.
Timmy Crawford will continue from the commentary box end.
The Corey low end.
It's changed its name again. We'll have to get confirmation on the name of this end because this is the first time this has been done. And also shout out to the sponsors. If you want that name of the end, you can put up a bit of
price too.
Nudged away by Jordan Gauchi behind square for 1.
You must be doing a really good job here, Jacko. Even the home team captain is asking you for the stats.
Mate, it's all in my head. The stats at the moment. I don't have a scorecard in front of me. It's and I've just been counting the numbers up in my head and.
Very similar to Blake Cousins, aren't you?
2.3 overs left. Yeah, Blake actually rattled off last night the last 20 Melbourne Cup winners, which was amazing. I was on Google and I couldn't even beat him to it, and he did well. And batting 11 today, Blake Cousins had a good knock yesterday.
69, I believe he got.
Yeah, the first time for everything, actually.
His old man was telling me earlier he would have got a lot more, but he's just stupid and tries to belt balls that he shouldn't. Not selective enough. Speaking of selective, good shot there by Jimmy Dalloway out to deep cover. Take the single.
I think Crawford's bowled well as skipper. He's been nice and tight. Picked up a wicket.
Not a great deal of pace there, but obviously a lot of nous, a lot of experience there. He's definitely bowled well.
One of only a handful of players that will be backing up this afternoon and for the first grade. Oh, beats the bat again. Well bowled, Crawford.
Just changing his length, varying the pace a little bit. Just keep the batsman guessing. That's what you need to do in the latter overs of a 2020 game.
Did you get a chance to speak with Coach Lowe at any point during the break?
No, I didn't. Got nothing, sorry.
Struck down to long on. They'll just pick up one. Good fielding down there in the deep.
Just pulled the lob wedge out there.
Yeah, just a nice little chip. No divots though, and he's done better than I would have. My pitching wedge. More grass than ball, I've been told. I don't know what that means, but
Straight to short cover there.
check the score way in there. Just asking questions like, do you think it'll be enough? Just check the score. He's coming in this way. He's coming this way. Check the score. He's coming in this way. That's the over bowl by Crawford. So we're into the last 2 overs now. Blacktown. Joining us in the commentary box now is Josh, the coach of the Gordon Popman Grey Shield. Josh, do you think it's going to be a target that you're able to chase here?
Yeah, I think it's going to be tough. I think the wicket might be doing a bit and outfield's quite slow, but I'm pretty happy with how we bowled, so hopefully we can knock them off.
Hopefully these last 2 you can probably keep them to around 110. It'll be very gettable, you reckon?
Yeah, 110, 120. I think hopefully what we'd like to set them to. But
was there any change of plan due to the weather, fielding wise and bowling plans and things like that you put into place for today?
Maybe a few less overs of spin. Maybe a bit wetter ball, might be a bit harder to bowl spin, so maybe bowl a bit more seam than we would do normally. But yeah, we've actually got our captain today, Tim Crawford. It's the first time he's bowled in a while, and he's bowled seam, so he's come in and done quite a good job. So
yeah, I think he's really stepped in well. Actually, I was noticing the statistics as I was reading up earlier. He hasn't bowled yet in the Provident Grey Shield, and he's done really well from one end for you.
Yeah, I think when he was younger, he used to be a bowler who batted a bit, and then he had like 2 shoulder reconstructions and 2 operations on his knee, so which stopped him bowling completely, and then he just started bowling again literally this week. So with 2020 only being a short format, I think he's managed to bowl his 4 overs and come through all right. So no worries.
Bit of a mix up there for Blacktown. Yeah, so there's only bigger and better things to come with the ball for Tim Crawford, do you think?
Yeah, hopefully. It'd be nice if he can start bowling properly again. That'll help the balance of our team a lot, and for him personally, it'd be good for his development as a cricketer if he can add another facet to his game.
Speaking to a few Gordon officials earlier, you only have a handful of PG guys that will be backing up this afternoon in the main one.
We've actually only got one.
Just Tim?
Tim's as a batter, yeah. So we got like this year, we got like a real young, pretty experienced team, but we've come together quite well, and everyone's fulfilling their role in the team. So yeah, we've been going all right. But
That was a cracking shot there that was belted to point, and point fielder yet again, stopping it. He's a very good fielder, this man.
Is it point? Is it
I've got no idea.
Chris Colley? Yeah, he's a good fielder. His brother Steve's actually a pretty good fielder, so I must run the family. But
So, is that Gordon's version of the Burgess brothers, you think? The three collies?
so I don't know if I don't know anything about the Burgess brothers. Oh, I was in the rugby league. Yeah. I'd say so. Obviously the wrong nationality, not great poms like the Burgesses are, but yeah, they go alright. They've got Steve in first grade and the other two in second grade, so yeah, they go alright.
It's amazing how you didn't know who the Burgess brothers was when they are from the UK.
Very patriotic, man, aren't you?
Yeah, rugby league's not as big back home as it is here, so I only actually knew them from being out here. They're not big at home at all. So.
Oh, great little sneaky bit of fielding there by Stovo.
Bit of innovation.
Yeah. So not long to go here.
So who...
One over left.
With Gordon batting, who do you turn to for the big runs? Who's the main run scorer for you guys?
So I only had 2 games, obviously, so haven't had that much chance to see. But in the first game, Tim got an unbeaten 100, and he put on a big partnership with Nick Miller. So yeah, they're 2 of our good batters, and also we have Chris Colley and Chris Spratt opening the batting, both real good players. So hopefully the boys take a bit of responsibility and put their hand up and get a big score.
Skillbeck back on now to bowl the last.
He's bowled really well today.
I'd say he'd be the pick of the bowlers today. Would you agree with that, Josh?
Yeah, he pretty much leads our attack. Done a lot of work the last month or so on his Yorkers and slow balls and stuff. So yeah, we turned him to the death. Noticed today he only bowled the first over and then came back off because we knew we wanted to save him to the death. So yeah, he's been really important for us this year, and I'm sure he will be as the campaign goes on.
Is he a second grader?
Yeah, he's a second grader. I think this is actually his first year of second grade, but he's done alright so far. He got 450 in the last round. And he's been going alright.
There's a good Yorker there and just plugged away by Jimmy Dalloway for the 1. So Skillback are looking to keep this to a minimum this over and really give the Gordon batting lineup a red-hot crack at this total from Blacktown.
Okay, being in the last over now, Gouchy's on strike. This is, if he gets anything that he can get under, I'd expect him to try and put it somewhere over extra cover. He's quite strong in that area.
I think Jack will be looking to probably bowl wide Yorkers here, so it's going to be quite interesting then.
You wouldn't... Needs to get it right up there, Skillbeck, if he's needs to keep this to a minimum this over. That's a great shot by Gouch. He's straight, 1 bounce into the boundary for 4. In these last couple of overs, there's not much room for error for the bowlers, and Skillbeck probably looking for the Yorker there, just a little bit off, just a little bit back from the Yorker length, and
Gouchy just cleared the front foot.
He's made a fool of me. I thought he was a bit of a noodler, but he's really cleared the front foot and knocked that one into the fence. Skillbeck comes in again.
Gouchy again goes over cover, doesn't get enough, they'll get 2 here. They'll definitely push for 2, and Dalloway comes back, good running, which you need in the last over.
Good slow ball there by Skillbeck. They'll just get the 1. You'll be happy with that as a bowler in the last and as a team, and keep them to singles. More than happy. Couple of balls remaining here.
Looked like he saw Jordan clear that front leg there and threw it a bit slower and a bit wider. Made it a bit tough. Smart bowling there.
Jimmy Dalloway on strike now.
What has Mr. January got?
Well, I think if he's looking anywhere, the shorter side is over cover. He does like the slap over point, but whether he gets one out there, We'll soon find out. Let's see where Skillbet goes with this one. Good ball by Skillback. Should save it to 1. They're coming back and
Yeah, that's good running there by Dalloway. Went hard for that first, turned and put the head down.
what was the score? I didn't get today. Skillback to Dalloway again. Good ball by Skillback. Full straight. He gets the dot to finish the over. So
And that's the end of the innings.
That's-
Blacktown finishing on 6 for 116. What do you think, Jacko?
yeah, I think it could be enough. They've got to bowl well still, and I think fielding's a big one. In the wet conditions, defending 116, it's going to be tough. But
Yeah, definitely a bit of a slow wicket. So your normal aiming high 130s, 140 maybe. 120 could be a pretty competitive total. Should make a good second half of the game.
just before Josh goes, Josh, are you happy to keep him to 116?
Yeah, I think that was a good bowling effort. Obviously only as good as how we bat now, but hopefully if we boys take a bit of responsibility and bat the overs, we'll be there or thereabouts at the end. So
No worries, mate. We'll let you go. Thanks for joining us up here.
cheers, boys.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Cheers, mate.
Who's bowling? Matt Foster.
Yep.
What are they chasing?
Yep. 117. 117.
Back here at Joe McAleer Reserve, Matt Foster's going to take it up from the far end, as we've been calling it. And he'll be bowling to Chris Colley. Colley pushes the single to cover. So loud.
Lucky Nathan Souders fielding in the slips because that vest is covering his knees. It's that long.
Well bowled by Matt Foster. Just beating the outside edge of Chris Spratt, who's on strike now. Yeah, interesting choice of vest size for Nathan. I heard that is the extra small, and unfortunately it's quite large on him. Short, wide, and push to Dayasing at mid-off.
There's that two pace of the pitch coming out again. Ball before come through quite quick from Foster. And that ball dug in a bit shorter and was almost tennis ball.
Always hard to judge early what the wicket's going to do, and it did take Nathan Hinnon a few overs to get settled in. So I'm expecting the same for these two boys at the crease. Foster moves in again. This time Spratt doesn't miss and he finds the gap. Like you said, that one come onto the bat nicely and come off the bat just as good, and it's crashed into the fence at deep point.
It's a good start here by Gordon. Just picking their balls to go after.
117 needed for victory, and I think this one will go right down to the wire. Foster moving in again to Spratt. This time Spratt, strange choice of shot. He didn't really move his feet and he just swung the bat quite vigorously straight, showing the maker's name but not connecting.
I think if you work on the formula of picking your singles up here and there and take at least a boundary and over, that's kind of a winning formula for a batting team.
Yeah, we noticed early Blacktown didn't really hit a boundary till the 4th or 5th over, so... And this time he goes over mid-wicket. They're going to have to run hard because that will plug in the ground. They get 2. That's a good chase out there. Excellent fielding. Cuts off the 3. Keeps it to 2 for Spratt. That's the end of the over. 7 off it. Good start for Gordon.
They're trying to assert their dominance from the first over, aren't they, Jacko?
Definitely. I think you need to stamp your claim early in a T20 innings.
With all the fielders up and only a few loud outside of the circle, if you're going to go aerial, that's the time to go, I guess.
Definitely the time to go, Matt. You need to take advantage of that, the fielding restrictions early, and with the ball coming onto the bat so well, and young kids these days striking the ball so hard, you need to get a little bit of it with the size of these bats these days. It's only the first over. Give it some time.
It's a contrast of tactics here. Gordon come out with the slower opening bowlers, whereas Blacktown have gone all out for pace with Foster and Sanjay Parasha opening from the Kevy Hilda end. Yet again another short ball which has been dealt with.
Coach Lowe, I think, wouldn't be happy with this short bowling. It's about 3 or 4 short balls already, and it's only the second over. Just talking about the opening bowlers, I think Skillbeck wouldn't be too happy about being calling medium pace.
Well, he only bowled one over.
He bowled 4, mate. He was their best bowler.
He only bowled the first over and then had a break.
He bowled 3 straight at the start. 2 straight at the start. Saved him for a couple at the end. Pinch a single. Well, Gordon have started just as well as Blacktown with these quick single. Can't you hear it?
You can hear him, but mine doesn't come through there as well.
Hey. What? Burglar. Sanjay moving in again from the commentary box end. They had a man out there, and I don't know if that was to plan, but Spratt's found the gap and hit the boundary.
Well, if they continue to keep bowling this short rubbish, it's going to be a very short game.
It's only the second over, and that's another short ball for Blacktown. It's worrying signs for Coach Lowe and worrying signs for skipper Nathan Souter, who's fielding it deep square leg himself, isn't he? No, he's at mid-off. They all look the same with those vests out there.
Except his
He's
ones are
tucked his
around
in.
his ankles.
Oh.
It's gone short again. He set him up for the catch and taken.
I don't think Spratty will be happy with that. He's caught it deep square by Grant McCartan.
I think you answered your own question there, Jacko. It must have been a ploy.
Well, you got to risk it to get the biscuit, Matt, and they've done that. And he's taken the catch in the deep, and that's the first wicket down. And
You've got to risk it to get your biscuit. Do you write all your own material or what?
pretty sure it's a Tiny Temper song, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. So Chris Spratt goes. After a little flurry of boundaries, Sanjay gets the wicket, which brings Jack Colley to the crease. Joins his brother Chris. So 2 Collies at the crease. Luckily they're wearing different coloured helmets. Would have been a tough time for us. Chris Colley on strike.
It's continued with the short stuff. This time just
Not
cut
bad
off
fielding
before the
down there,
boundary
but
by McCartan, but still didn't save.
they pick up
second.
2. Good shot by Colley, but we can't say much about the bowling. He needs to get it right up there, I think. Yeah, you did get 1 wicket that way, but I think you need to go back to full and straight.
Spratt was the one that was scoring the runs early. He's now been dismissed, so need to go with only 2 outside the circle. You bowl to your field, don't you?
Going to pick up 2 again. Maybe a little bit deep there at third man. I've got to be pushing in, and that's another big over for Gordon and a good start, regardless of losing that wicket, which was unfortunate for Spratt. But the runs are flowing here, and dangerous signs for Blacktown. Nathan Souter has a decision on his hands next over. Parisher did get the wicket, but I think he went for 10 plus runs there.
I think they should take a leaf out of Gordon's book and maybe put some bowlers on that take the pace off the ball a little bit and see how that goes.
I don't think it's the pace, Matt. I think it's the length. I think they really need to start focusing on getting it up there. Obviously, early on, it's tough to get your range. Foster back of a length. Just push down there. Jack Colley new to the crease, and these 2 boys both play in the second grade for Gordon. So the experience is there. They've been playing a high standard of cricket, and the bowlers need to concentrate on getting the ball at the right lengths. Otherwise, they're going to make them pay.
Gordon always a club with a lot of experience, and it's good to see that they've got their PG players that are scattered sort of through the grades Foster bowls. It's glided through gully area for a single.
I think it does strengthen a club having your a rule that you need to be in the lower, not in first grade to play PGs. I think as their coach mentioned earlier, that Tim Crawford's the only player doubling up today, which is good, which helps out the lower graders, the third and fourth graders that get their opportunity in the PGs.
Well, it's a good sign of strength and depth in a club, isn't it? Oh, play and miss there. Tried to play somewhat a late cut sort of style of shot. Very nearly caught the edge there.
Would you say, and it's just being at 2020, would you say it's an advantage or a disadvantage having to play 2 games back to back?
It would be an advantage if you smacked 100 in the first one, wouldn't it?
Yeah, not if it was me. I would have used up all my runs if I got 100 in the first game. So Foster moves in again. It's a slow ball, but it's flicked through. Excellent shot there.
Stepped
by
right
Chris
across
Colley.
his wicket and into the vacant onside.
They'll push for 3. I think they'll get it too. Good running there. Yeah, I think he's taken that from just outside off stump, flicked it through mid-wicket for 3.
Just maybe a little bit too straight there by Foster.
Picked up the pace of the ball early there, Chris Colley, and found the gap. There's plenty of room on that leg side, so bowlers need to make sure they keep their lines outside off, bowl to their field. That's a better ball. And Matt Mortimer cover drive. Straight down the third man. Blake Cousins picks up, reels it in. So a strong start here for Gordon in the third over.
A little bit concerned about the Blacktown team here, Daniel. They all seem to be looking up towards the cameras. I think they're trying to bonehead themselves and get on telly. I reckon.
I don't think they realise most of the shots is just on the wicket, and I've seen people at point and mid-on thinking that they're on there and thinking they're on Zoom, and they're just wasting their time really. And then they start concentrating a bit more, and they've made the change. Parish are off. Young Daya Singh will come on from the commentary box end.
Can bowl a quick ball, Daya, can't he?
Yeah, he actually was on the Top Gun for the Sydney Test last year, was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
136.
136, I think. You could probably add a couple of Ks on that. There's not much of him though. He's built low to the ground, not much height. Built like a pretzel. It's, but the pace he generates out of such a little body is amazing, and I think it's a good move by Sauter here. I think you'll see Daya bowling a lot more fuller than Parrish was in the first.
Tucked away forward to square for a single. Yeah, the first time I saw Daya at the club, I was in the nets and having a bit of a bat, and this young, wiry-looking Indian boy come up to have a bowl as the marquee's about to blow away. And I looked at him and thought, oh, okay, we've got a leg spinner coming on. Bit of racial stereotype, and I nearly lost my nose the next ball.
Yeah, you got to make sure you don't stereotype these days. And that is a cracking shot. That's raced away to the boundary, deep square. Excellent shot by Chris Colley.
Little bit short and a little bit leg side.
Short and too straight, and pays the consequences there with another boundary.
Contrasting teams here with people like Singh, Sauter, Foster, that we've all seen bowl here today. Well, not Sauter yet, but they're all backing up for the first grade 2020, whereas Gordon only have the one.
It's pushed away behind square again. They'll pick up.
They're
going to pick up another boundary. That's excellent timing, just off his legs. He's flicked it away again. Good shot by Chris Colley.
Not too much wrong with that delivery. Just a beautiful piece of timing.
Blacktown, I think the break didn't help them, the wet weather. Gordon had been out there fielding, and they knew what it was like. They knew what to expect, having to go out and bat in it. And Blacktown had just caught a bit unaware here in the early overs.
It's a much better ball by Singh there.
Push the point. That's where Singh needs to be. If he's got to start building these dots. Start building some sort of pressure, because the game can slip away from you in these early overs, and when you're not taking wickets, you can't be going for this many runs, and dangerous signs for the Blacktown side. As I think it's Cousins warming up at mid-on. Could see a little bit of his left arm seamers come into play.
Will Cousins bowl seam up or spin?
I heard he does bowl seam up in the... Oh, and that's missed by Doonan.
And that'll
will
be
be
wides
four.
as
I think
well.
it'll be 4 wides. And it gets there, crashes into the fence. That's probably the worst possible result. There, a wide and a 4.
It's crucial.
This
Coach
is
killers, those kind of
another
balls.
big over here from Gordon, and I don't know if you... Would you be pressing the panic button yet, Matt?
I don't know if I'd be pressing the panic button, but I'd definitely try and fix the line and length up. It's good batting, but also not bowling in the right spots.
And
At
that's
another
cracking shot.
Good words there, Jacko.
Jinx. They pick up 3 again.
It's the long side.
Pretty
there today.
impressed with these collie boys. So far, mainly Chris hitting some beautiful strokes. Onside, offside, he seems to be the complete package. And he's getting settled in, and like Hinton, he could play a big role for the Gordon side and really steer this ship in the right direction.
Well, you can see he's waiting for the ball to come onto the bat and he's enjoying the pace. I really think the option here could be a bowler like a Cousins that will take the pace off it and make them generate their own pace. Foster continues from the residential end. That's got houses down there.
I don't like to question anyone's intensity, but the Blacktown side don't seem as switched on as the Gordon side were for the full 20 overs, and especially those early overs. I think you need to be more switched on, and the energy doesn't seem to be there early for the Blacktown side.
They look very, very flat out in the field. They're looking at each other. Everyone needs to step up here, and they've got to make something happen.
They've ringed up the field here on the offside. This is crucial for Foster to get it outside off stump. Nudged away straight to point. They'll pick up 1, and he'll have a dart at the stumps. But
Hilda having a shot.
Hilda will be looking to contribute in the field. Copped a nasty one early and nudged it first ball straight to mid-off. Always tough when you go out there to field and you haven't contributed with the bat. You look for other ways to do it. Punch back down the ground. Good pick up by Daya Singh. They'll just get 1.
This is good batting here by Gordon. If they're not hitting the boundaries, they're just ensuring they're turning the strike over. 42 runs off the first 4 overs. It's pretty tough. Blacktown needs some wickets quick here.
It's almost getting to that point where you're going to be looking to bowl them out instead of restricting them, because the run rate's really getting away from them. That's a good ball by Foster, but they're going to still pick up the 1. You've also got to remember a couple of spinners in this Blacktown side who are normally go-to men, Souder and Hinton, have done the work for him in the first couple of games. It's going to be hard for them out there with the ball being a bit slippery, and Foster beats the bat.
Collie tried to whip that through the onside, the vacant onside. Just couldn't quite get there in time. And through to keeper Doonan.
Wouldn't be surprised if Jack Colley just plays a support role for Chris here and just keeps turning the strike over. Chris really starting to see the ball pretty well, and he's getting that odd boundary every now and then, and it's what they really need.
And
there's
the
a
edge.
wicket, a much-needed wicket. Colley goes for the big cover drive, and Foster picks up the wicket. Will this spur on the Blacktown side? Hopefully, because they need something.
Well, you can see there's definite change in energy. That's what a wicket will always bring you. But it was good, smart bowling there by Foster. Bowled a bit straight and tight the first ball, and gradually just started to get it out and out a little bit towards the channel of uncertainty, and then just give him enough width to go for it, and he's caught the edge, and a much needed wicket for the Warriors.
Yeah, well, I still question the intensity, Matt. I didn't see many high fives in that celebration, and that can sometimes be an indicator of how much they want this. And
quite possibly, Jacko, but I think Captain Souter clearly instructed his team it was a no high five zone.
Yeah, there was a few low fives, and which is good signs, but I'd still go the two-handed high five,
Okay.
the high 10, some like to call it.
Nathan's very much a bum pat man, so I think that could be the difference.
Yeah, there's always teams trying to bring back the bum pat, and
Captain Crawford makes his way to the crease, bowled very well. He struck his bowling changes and fielders very well. Now looking to contribute with the bat.
he's contributed well in the first two games for Gordon in the PG's competition. Can he do it again?
Just glided to third man, single only.
Cousins will reel it in. Good fielding down there. See over bowled. Much needed wicket from Matt Foster, and if Blacktown are to be a chance here, I think with Chris Colley set, they're really going to need Crawford early. I think that'll be the key to victory. I think if they can get him, it's game on, I think.
2020 cricket's much about momentum, so if you take one, you need to make sure you can back that up very quickly, not let the opposition gain any ascendancy back.
Yeah, we did notice the big change in momentum when Hinton got out, and then there was two new men at the crease. Took a couple more overs for them to get going again. There is a change of bowling. It's going to be Blake Cousins from the members' end. I don't know if they heard us out there, because Matt Mortimer has mentioned he said I'd bring on Blake Cousins, and they've done that.
Part of that could be because both Blake and I are part of the left arm brigade. We stick pretty tight.
Yeah, and telepathic sense as well.
He is left arm, isn't he?
Yeah,
that's
he
good.
is. Has been bowling left arm orthodox in third grade. He's been asked to bowl his seam ups for PGs, so showing his versatility, and got runs yesterday. So almost a complete all rounder. All he needs to do is strap the wicket keeping gloves on, and he'll do the whole lot.
Also well known to give a good tip as well on the races.
Not too sure about that anymore. Ever since Piero retired, he hasn't tipped me a winner. So it's not hard when you're tipping $2.20 favourites every week, and some of us don't have the money to outlay to get any return. Good start by Cousins though, nice and straight.
Bit of chat by Souter out in the field trying to lift his team.
Oh, bad ball, but we noticed that the bounce is very uneven, and Blake's built low to the ground. I think this is going to be danger signs for the Gordon side if Blake can keep his accuracy up.
He's got to ensure he gets his line and length right. At his pace, there's not much margin for error, so he needs to make sure he's consistent. So far, bowling to his field.
Just a fraction fuller here for Cousins. I think that's where he'll be aiming. I think he knows that. Very important change here by Souter. They need to start concentrating on getting that line and length, start building those dots. Start to build some sort of pressure. Colley on strike.
Oh,
Much better
he's gone
ball.
across
It's in the
line.
air. And it's taken at point.
Crucial wicket there.
Chris Colley. That's the wicket of Chris Colley. So
now Blacktown have gone from 1 for 40, looking down the barrel of an early match, to getting the two batsmen out and two new ones in. Does that bring them back into the game, Jacko?
very much so, Matt. That's a big wicket. Colley was starting to look good, and I think just those couple of dots, a couple of those balls he couldn't get away, and it does build pressure, and some handle the pressure better than others. He's just tried to flick that from middle and off, and unfortunately he's caught the leading edge, and it's gone up to Nath Hinton there at point. So Blake Cousins gets the wicket, another crucial breakthrough. Regan Klemp makes his way out there now. You were saying you were letting me know how Klempty's been going this season in his grade season a bit before. You want to mention a bit of that?
Yeah, a bit of up and down for the young fella. He's batted and bowled a little bit, good all rounder, and he's gone first ball. So I've put the knocker on him.
That's Crawford actually.
Oh, it is too.
That's a big wicket for Blacktown. Tim Crawford's nicked one through.
The Centurion from last game has now been dismissed, and the big run scorer Collie dismissed. So Blacktown in taking a quick 3 wickets in a couple of balls, the momentum that we spoke about before is now completely shifted again, and all of a sudden the chat is there with the Blacktown team, and I may have even seen a high five.
Yeah, breaking club rules there with the high five, and big signs here. This brings Blake Cousins onto he's on a hat trick here. Exciting times. Will they throw in a couple of slits? Maybe a short leg even. Not that he's going to get the ball up anywhere around the gloves. So Nick Miller comes out to face the hat-trick ball. Who was the last person to take a hat-trick here at Joe Mac, Matt? Any idea? Wouldn't be a bad trivia question down at the Quakers Inn.
I don't believe that there's been a Blacktown player to take a hat-trick here.
I think Jake Layla took one on debut, I think.
Correct. I was sitting in this exact spot. Well done, Jacko.
I think that might be the last one. He took six wickets on debut as a 15-year-old in first grade.
Only called in at the last minute too.
He was, and unbelievable effort from him.
Against Manly.
Blake moves in, hat-trick ball.
Oh, and there was a noise there as well, which sent the crowd up here in the Jim Hanshaw grandstand into an absolute frenzy.
We did notice during the change of innings that the car park is full here. So if you're coming along to the first grade game,
make sure you catch public transport.
Public transport. The closest station is Doonside, 6 k's away. So it's a fair walk, and there will be no shuttle bus.
If anybody does want to come in by public transport, President Steve Foster will reimburse you for the bus trip.
So Daya Singh's changed ends. Momentum very much so in the Blacktown's favour here. They need to start rolling with this, and hopefully they can pick up a few more wickets. Runs are dried up in the last couple of overs.
Jacko, we've been very lucky here today. We've got 6th grade skipper Gavin Malawachi. He's current skipper of the Premiership winning Metro Cup team. How do you think our chances are now, Gav?
It's actually pretty good, actually. We are almost 3 out of 3, so are you talking about this game or the?
Yeah, I was, mate. That's why.
It's 4 for 40 odd now, so it's pretty good actually. So should be able to. It's 7th over now, so.
Gus, not Gus. Gav, were you a bit disappointed that you didn't get any of your blokes in the side? Anyone pushing for spots? Maybe a Curtis Lucas or.
Curtis can't play on Sundays, so it's a bit hard for him.
Curtis is actually in the other Metro Cup team at the moment, which got washed out today. He's an all Sunday man.
Is that due to his heavy party schedule?
He would have that as the truth, yeah.
I forget which one's which now. Both wearing the same helmet. One's Nick Miller, one's Regan Clemp. That's just guess.
Oh.
And he's got a hold of that one, and it's one bounce over the rope, and it's 4. Good shot by who was that, Matt?
Young Regan, I believe. It looked like he was trying to go somewhere else there and got a leading edge, but The way these bats are built these days, Jacko, it's like hitting the ball with a block of flats.
Yeah, it's just come off the edge and it's gone flying over Point's head and 4 runs. So Dayasing needs to fix it up again. Gordon would have taken that. They'll take anything at the moment. They're in a bit of a rut. Can they get out of it? Ooh.
Much better ball there by Singh.
I think Clem was looking for the hit and run option there and thought about it until it went straight back into Dayasing's hands. Yeah, looks better. Dayasing moves in again. Bush
Just a
finds
nice
the gap at cover, but there's a man out there.
coming
I'll
back
pick
for
up the 2.
second.
Good running. Down the deep.
Good chase by McCartan, but just wide enough to allow that second run to be taken comfortably.
Well bowled, nice and tight there by Singh. Gets the dot. That's the over bowled. Cousins will remain on from the commentary end. An excellent first over, one that really shifted the momentum Blacktown's way. He'll look to continue that in his second.
Captain Souter looks like he's warming up with bowlers only being able to bowl 4 overs. Do you think it's an option that you spread your bowlers around, Jacko, or try and bowl them in lots?
It's hard to say, depending on the way the game's going. I think normally the going way is 2 or 3. Save 1 for your main bowlers towards the end. But I think what you need to concentrate on, Matt, is if your bowler's bowling well, you need to bowl that 4 straight and keep him on. You know, when you break up their overs, sometimes it's hard to get back into momentum just for 1 over towards the end, and best way is to keep them on, keep their momentum flowing. Oh, Cousins there, short, but very mixed bounce and very mixed pace. It's off the wicket. And he seems to be trying to mix it up a little bit here, Blake. He does change his pace quite well. And
The last 2 balls were of similar length, but had completely different outcomes.
contrasting bounce. Blake moves in again, getting through his overs quickly. It's full, and a good ball again.
Very good change of pace there by Cousins. He's bowling very much a mixed bag here this over.
Mixing up his length and
Next best option, isn't it? You can't get a wicket, getting the dot balls, building them up, building the pressure.
common occurrence. A few dots normally brings a wicket in this game so far. Oh, and it's gone just wide of a gully there, Josh Hilder. Some people like to call him waltzing Josh Hilder.
That was his brother Matt's nickname, wasn't it?
Yeah, waltzing Matt Hilder. Still going around, actually, Matty Hilder for the Knights. Excellent player.
Hello to all our viewers in the Newcastle area as well.
Another dot for Blake Cousins.
Really bowling smart here today, Cousins, isn't he? Not letting the batsman get set. Every ball something different. Not being predictable in any way.
Clem was looking to lift that over mid-off, a straight cover.
He keeps planting that front foot, looking for the little bottom hand scoop to clear the infield.
Another good ball.
That's the end of a great over by Blake Cousins there.
Another good over by Cousins. I'd keep him on. I'd bowl his 4 straight now, but Blakey's a good player to have to bowl that last over. But be interesting to see what Souter does. Who looks like he's going to take the ball. He's setting his field, and yep, we're going to have a change here. It's going to be Nathan Souter from the far end. Good little leg spinner. Has been for a while now, and I think he's into his 3rd or 4th year of first grade. He's really starting to mature as a cricketer.
Rain's starting to get a little bit heavier here, which could make it a bit tough for the leg spinners with their grip. How do you think the rain? You've been studying the Duckworth-Lewis in the innings break, Danielle. How do you think this possible impending rain would affect either team's chances?
Well, Matt, the way it works, mate, is the more wickets you get, the harder it gets for the batting side. And I think if Blacktown can pick up a few wickets, as that goes down a deep point, they'll pick up one.
It's a good start by Souter. Lovely full toss to the hips.
Yeah, it was a straight full toss and nudged away. Didn't get what it deserved, maybe, but I think Souter might try and pick up a couple of wickets here, really push Blacktown in the right direction. Oh!
Much better ball there by
Well
Souter.
bowled.
York the batsman and just nearly got through his defences.
That looked to be his slider, Matt, I think. Not that I'd know from here, but it looked that way.
Spinners look the same to me, Jacko. Every ball should be put for 6. Another good full
Beating the
tosser.
field. Sponge down there, picks it up, reels it in. This brings Miller to strike. Punches down the ground for 1.
He's consistent, Souter. Full toss, good ball. Full toss, good ball.
So you're saying this might be a full toss?
Yes.
Oh, well bowled again.
Lovely bowling, Nathan Souter. When Nathan puts the ball on the right spot, he is a very, very tough bowler to get away.
Oh,
great
beats the bat
bowling.
outside off, and
A little bit of extra bounce there, Jacko.
it's a good tight over there by Souter. Good start. Oh, you're right.
And Cousins to continue. I'll tell you what, Jacko, a wicket here for Blacktown could be disastrous for Gordon. They've tied them down. They've taken some wickets and then further tied them down with some pretty tidy bowling. Wicket here might make it a bit tough.
Has been a good few overs for Blacktown. 4 for 57 after 9. Can either Klempt or Miller break the shackles here for Gordon? Punches straight to cover. I'd say it's evenly balanced right now. Obviously Gordon in front on the run rate, but those 4 wickets this early could be crucial.
I think the ploy to go as hard as they did early was based on the weather and possible Duckworth-Lewis.
Hit to mid-off. Cousins gets another one. Great catch there by
Parisher, who's done away with his red thongs and got some cricket shoes on out there, which is good to see. But another bottom-handed shot there, and it was almost just helped on its way to mid-off there. But a good diving catch there by Parisher.
You know what? I don't think he really needed to dive. I think he used the old my old technique, the old safety landing. Catch it, then dive, make it look better than it actually was, just in case you do drop it. Cover all bases.
That's a fair call.
Max Patworth. Is he wearing a vest? Is it a vest?
Yeah.
Probably a vest.
Yeah.
Oh, he got 100.
Didn't he?
Yeah, he got 104. That wicket brings Max Patworth to the crease. Max was lucky enough to become a centurion yesterday in 4th grade. Heard it was quite a good knock.
Yeah, very good cricketer. Obviously takes a lot of the old sporting genes from his father, former rugby union and rugby league player Brett Papworth.
And another one, Blake Cousins.
Cousins on a hat trick.
He'll be on
again.
another hat trick. That's his 4th wicket, and that's the wicket of Klempt.
Yet again, the
Big wicket
the
for
momentum
Blacktown.
changes, Jacko. You get 1, 2 comes, and now they've got 2 new batsmen at the crease, and I think it's almost advantage Blacktown at the moment.
I'd say the pendulum has swung, Matt, and it's right in Blacktown's favour now.
No, only to him.
On the cordon, anyone that has a NRL last name, they always say brother or brother or sister or. Coach. Coach. Oh, the next batter.
Lee Hopkins.
Yeah. What do you Gus? I was like, Gus Miss
Stobo.
So Stobo makes his way out to face Blake Cousins' second hat-trick ball of the match.
6 for 57, and the rain's really coming in here now.
Blacktown need 4 quick wickets to try and get this win before the downpour.
And
beats
just
the bat.
nearly catches the edge there.
And Blake knows it. I think the Blacktown side have sensed the
The
change of weather.
They need to get through this over to count for the Duckworth Lewis, I believe, with the wicket.
It's pushed away. They need to get it straight to the bowler, I think. Dayasingh straight to the bowler and run back.
Yeah, this rain's definitely coming in with the wind, Jacko.
So this is the 10th over, is it?
They need to bowl 10 overs for it to
Is this the
constitute a
10th?
match. Yep.
So can they get it done?
So
Cousins
once-
moves in again.
Lovely cover drive there.
You know what? With Gordon's run rate, it'll make for a very interesting Duckworth and Lewis calculation if they do come off now.
Well, there's the 10th over, Jacko. So we've constituted a match here. So it is down to if this rain doesn't.
Like I said,
disappear.
Matt, the more wickets you take, the harder it is for the batting side. But with this run rate, you just never know. It's going to be a tight one.
6, isn't it? 6 wickets.
Yeah, 6 down.
So with 6 wickets down, that could play into Blacktown's favour, even though it is quite a handy run rate.
So Maxi Papworth will be on strike. Stobo at the other end. 2 new batsmen. Need to start all over again, Gordon. They need to start grinding this out. Run rate's good, but 6 wickets down.
They're still close enough, if good enough here. There's no need to
Most
panic.
definitely. They just need to start nudging away, get their head in. Oh, when it's
Ooh.
nudged backwards.
He almost
Straight
cut that
behind.
into Keeper Doonan's foot.
It's probably the finest off glance I've ever seen. Probably went to about a half slip for a single. So big Stobo on strike. Strong young man. Pushes forward. It's out of good energy. And they're batsman half a run there. They could have almost claimed to get a full run because they met in the middle, did a high five and ran back.
Like we were talking about momentum before, Jacko. There was no talk, there was no chatter, there was no energy from the Blacktown team. Now it's the opposite. It's all the other way.
Most definitely. That's what a couple of wickets does here and a couple of good overs. You start to get that sniff of the win and they smell blood at the moment, Blacktown, and they are going in for the kill. Souter moves in again. Wet ball. Oh,
Tried to play that very late, missed it,
trying to miss.
nearly caught the edge. Wicket here could be catastrophic. Gordon needs to play straight, just try and turn the strike over and get themselves back into the game.
Papworth feels the pressure. It's chance. Taken down there at long off.
Josh Hilder, or no, Matt Foster.
Matt Foster takes the catch. Souter gets the wicket, the skipper. That's 7 down now. Papworth goes.
Very rash shot there, Jacko. I really don't think that was needed.
Like we said, there's still plenty of overs left, but with this rain, it does funny things to the mind and does play mind games on the batting side. They didn't need that, Gordon, and the Stags are now 7 down.
I think our runner was telling us who's batting next is on Fiji time. He's really taken his time to get the name for us, Gav. Hurry up.
Just noticed that Marlon was the 12th man running the drinks out. What would the message be from the 12th man running the drinks out just then?
Take more wickets.
3 more, hopefully.
Exactly.
Advances down the wicket, nudges. I'll just take one. Parrish are back on his heels.
Blacktown have now got themselves into the position where they can sit back on the circle, and let them take the singles. As long as the boundaries are drying up, that's all that matters.
So, as predicted, Blake Cousins, they're going to roll with the momentum. He's going to bowl his 4th over. He's taken 4 for about 10, and incredible figures.
He's had a very good weekend on the cricket field, Blake Cousins. How did he go on the punt yesterday, Jacko?
I heard he had a tip. He was tipped Boban into buffering, which got up, and he didn't back it because he couldn't get it on his sports bet account in time. Mind you, he wasn't happy last night.
Was he not allowed on the sports bet because he was being flagged as a problem gambler?
Some say yes, some say no. I'm not too sure of the whole story, but didn't quite get on in time. As he moves in again, it's cut away by Big Stobo. Gets the single.
Generates a lot of power, Stobo, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's tall, he's rangy, he's a strong young lad. And he's timed that nicely through the covers. Matt, I'm pretty sure it's up here in the commentary box. We've hit about 15 degrees temp. What do you think the on-field temp would be out there? Things are heating up a little bit. Not in terms of the actual weather, but the contest. Jimmy Dalloway has a job to do and does it well. Pings the arm in.
Mr. January loves fielding out in the outfield. Gives himself a bit of space.
Gives himself
time to be able to fix his hair in between balls.
Time to discover himself as well.
Yeah, I think the player comfort level out there for the batsman is getting increasingly hotter.
Stobo goes straight and hard, and that's 4. That is a great shot.
Lovely shot there. Cleared the front leg and
much
slightly over pitched by Cousins and dispatched it for 4.
That will relieve some pressure for Gordon. They can afford to not really put the brakes on, but not feel the need to go after anything too rash here. Only 3 wickets in hand. I think Stobo needs to play a big role here. Cousins moves in again.
Oh, and the inconsistent bounce again.
Oh.
Doonan has a shot at stumps. That ball nearly rolled, Jacko.
Yeah, it's not looking good for the next game, the batsman. It's going to be a tough school out there. I think maybe even 100, 110 will be par.
I'm looking forward to the first grade game, Jacko. Looking forward to see Damien Wall go to town.
Yeah.
He's a big hitter, that young fella.
Damien Brick Wall, they call him. Strong young lad, and he's got him.
Cousins.
And Cousins gets a run out. And that's 8 down now. Stobo just slipped, unfortunately.
Is there anything Cousins can't do this weekend?
Mate, he's got runs yesterday in 3rd grade. He's He's taken 4 wickets. He's got a run out, but he couldn't back a winner, which was he was more disappointed yesterday than happy because he didn't back that winner. And yeah, I'd be pretty happy if I was him there. 4 wickets now, 8 down. Gordon, the Stags. Yeah.
Our runner Gavin's gone off to find out the new batsman. Might be another wicket by the time he gets back. Gavin, if you can hear us, you might as well just grab 2.
8 down now, the Stags. Big job ahead for these 2 batsmen. Leighton will face Souter, the young leg spinner.
Well, I think you've picked it, Jacko. You said early that came to a situation where Blacktown needs to take 10 wickets to win. Could be the way it's heading at the moment.
Yeah, you know, the run rate's still up there, but with only 2 wickets in hand, it's going to make it a tough task.
Young Skilbeck comes to the crease.
Ball struck by Leighton, straight to cover Daya Singh.
At 8 for 68 after 12, Jacko. Still, I'll say it again, they're close enough if good enough, but I think wickets in the shed could be their undoing.
And Blacktown are starting to build a lot of dots, which I think's getting to the Stags players, because after about 3 or 4 dots, they always look for that big one. As he nudges this one straight to Daya Singh, they'll get the single. Smart cricket.
I think Singh was celebrating a run out before he even picked the ball up there, Jacko.
Yeah, mind you, by the time the ball got to him, they were already through. Stillbeck's got a big job. He's already done the job with the ball. He may go down as an all-time great if he can get them home here. There's a chance for a run out. No, not picked up by Souter.
Yes, unfortunately, Souter fumbled that ball. Hands like his beloved Panthers. He's doing a great job here, Souter. Being able to land these balls in this wet weather would be tough.
The last batsman will be stick on.
So Leighton on strike to the other leg spinner, Nathan Souter. Short, wide. They take on Daya Singh again. They'll get 1. Wouldn't trouble Blacktown too much. They know they need these last 2 wickets. So with Blake Cousins finishing his allotted overs, it's going to be Nathan Snowy Hinton. Why do they call him Snowy, Matt?
I think he used to live at Perisher, and he used to eat snow.
Hopefully not the yellow snow, but oh no, hang on a sec, they're going to get the covers on. Can we just check who's in front, and then we'll decide whether we take the covers off or not.
Well, like in the first half of this game, it's actually got lighter, and
yeah, I think it
decided to come off.
Well, once that consistent rain stops, I think they need to get the covers on, just to ensure the moisture stays in the wicket.
Just pick up our stump effects mic here, and yeah, the umpire just said it's a bit cold for me. I want to come off.
Nathan Souter not blowing up, so he might know something we don't know.
Well, there has been excessive moisture out there. You can see Tim Doonan's hat there, pouring off water. Wouldn't be through sweat.
Oh, definitely not.
It's about 3 degrees out there.
They should have just finished off the overs, Matt.
Well, I think the umpires could possibly be looking about the longevity of the pitch for the rest of the day. There's still another game to go. But if that was the case, you probably would have had the covers out about 4 or 5 overs ago.
Yeah. Well, we have passed the 10 over mark, which constitutes a game. Now Mr. and Mrs. Duckworth and Lewis will have to get involved, and
As we look to the sky here, Jacko, it looks like it is clearing over towards the southeast, where all the rain's come from before. Getting a
not
little
sure.
bit lighter.
not sure which way that is, Matt, because I'm looking at pure grey skies. And let's hope that little bit of light out there comes our way.
So you kicked out of school before you learnt how to use a compass by the looks of it, Jacko.
Yeah, not sure where north and south is, but geez, they're taking a while with these covers.
All players are looking at the umpires here as it starts to get lighter. They don't want a bar of it. Don't want a bar TV of it. It's terrible.
I'll probably get the covers on here and then just have to get them off straight away because it seems like it's lightening up.
This weather break brought to you by Bundu Khan, the taste of the subcontinent.